Compliments from the beginning. Another thing that can have a negative effect on a woman's attraction level is compliments, especially if she is beautiful. If she's beautiful, then she's been told just that since she was 5 years old. She doesn't need you telling her. She knows it. She sees herself every day in the mirror. There are probably 15 people she meets every day that tell her how beautiful she is. Even if it doesn't have a negative impact, complimenting a woman you just met for the first time is not going to raise her attraction level on you, unless you do it properly. Many guys who are just learning to use what I teach will often get nervous and say, "You have really nice nails," or "You have nice hair." Then they might compliment her on what she's wearing or some other BS compliment. What happens is their nervousness overwhelms their ability to act natural and say what's really on their mind. What happens is that instead of communicating their interest in a masculine way, they come off as robotic, uncomfortable, inauthentic, ass kissy, phony, and basically trying to use compliments as a bribe for sex. The woman feels a weird, unnatural vibe, and it feels like she's being clinically diagnosed instead of authentically being celebrated and desired by a man who is used to getting what he wants. If you're going to compliment a woman, say what you're really thinking and feeling. These are some of the things I say to women based upon how they make me feel inside. You take my breath away. You're intoxicating to look at. I want you. You're sexy as hell. You have a fucking unbelievable body. I want you. So obviously for the average guy, it would take him some time to build up to being able to say these types of things fearlessly. So go at your own pace and comfort and level. Here's another way to look at it. You don't have to lay out the compliments to a woman when you first meet her. The instinctive radar she is already telling her you are interested. If you walk up and start talking to her, that already shows her you are interested. A guy doesn't have to tell a woman how pretty she is, how smart she is, or laid on thick. When a woman gets compliments from a guy she just met, she starts thinking, he's just saying whatever he needs to say. That makes her feel as though that she can't trust you. You come off as a pleaser, which is weak in her eyes. Her guard will instantly go up. What women emotionally respond to. When a guy has found a woman he is prepared to talk to, the first thought in his mind should be, my goal here is to make her smile. And that's it. Women are emotional beings. He should be in that space of feeling confident in who he is and that he is giving her a great opportunity by coming up to speak to her. If she doesn't like him, blows him off, or treats him harshly, it shouldn't matter. Therefore, if you make her feel good by getting her to laugh, she will associate you with feeling good. We will get to more of this in the section on taking rejection personally. But the man should view it as her loss and not his. You need to realize that when you engage a woman in conversation to read her attraction level, you're not looking for approval. Google Corey Wayne seeking her approval causes rejection. It's a level playing field. You're going up to see if she's interested in you. If she's not, then move on. This is important, gentlemen. Too many men get hung up on singling out one woman to devote his attentions to. There's no scarcity of women out there. You should be concerned with finding one that does have a high level of attraction, and stop wasting your time with one that doesn't have any interest in you at all. In my coaching practice, that is one of the biggest mistakes I see guys make, getting hung up on a woman who doesn't reciprocate interest. If you're single and looking to meet the next great love of your life, then one thing you should never do is get hung up on just one woman until she's earned it. When I was younger and inexperienced, all too often I would get hung up on a girl I went on a date with who later rejected me, or somebody I was hoping to be with who was either a friend or already in a relationship and therefore unavailable. This caused me to fixate all of my attention and emotional energy on someone I had very little potential with. Months and years of my life were wasted on women I essentially had no chance with. The whole time this was going on, I was constantly meeting and interacting with many beautiful single women. But because I was hung up on a fantasy, I really wasn't even in the game. When we get hung up on one woman, only who has not earned it through her actions, we're either acting needy due to a scarcity mindset and fear of loss, or this is the pattern of how we unconsciously sabotage our own success to avoid a relationship altogether by fixating on someone who is unavailable or uninterested. We tell ourselves all kinds of lies about why we should stay focused on our daydreams and fantasies instead of realizing we have a lot of options. As a matter of fact, from a purely numerical standpoint, there are more beautiful single women in the world than you could ever possibly ask out. What you want is out there. Not only that, what you want also wants you, but you have to be in the game to score. So busy, successful men who are very popular with beautiful women never get fixated on just one woman when they're single. Why, you ask? Since they see themselves as a prize and act like they are the prize, women respond accordingly. They see them as a catch and are willing to chase and seduce them to get them to choose them over all of their other choices with women. They simply do not have the time to worry or think about women with mediocre or low interests who are not responding to them. Busy, successful men communicate abundance. They come from a place of abundance. If things don't work out with one girl, it's no big deal. There's another bus every 15 minutes. You need to learn how to come from a place of indifference. Check out Corey Wayne, Indifference Makes a Difference with Women, and Corey Wayne, The Attraction of Indifference. When you decide to approach a woman, you're going up to find out if she's interested in you. If she is, you're going to want to get her contact information or make a date right on the spot. If she's not, then you are going to want to move on and find somebody that is. Guys will sit and talk all night to one woman trying to raise her level of attraction. They completely ignore the fact that she is just not interested. A strong, centered, confident guy is going to walk up to a woman and read her level of attraction for him. He's going to try to make her laugh, get her contact information, or make a date on the spot, and then move on to gauge the interest of other women that may also be interested. It's best not to be seen getting numbers of other women by women who just got their number from. Women want to feel special, at least more special than the other women he is dating. By the end of the night, he may find that he has 10 phone numbers. Out of those 10, there'll probably be only a few that are really interested. As you follow through and find they have a low level of attraction, don't bother with these women anymore. By applying what I teach, you'll see that some women like you, but most don't. When you start experiencing what I teach yourself, this gives you even more confidence to do more of what's working in what I teach. Eventually, your success will improve because you will get good and spoiled and hang out with women who dig you. You'll eventually get to the point where you can tell everything about a woman just by looking at her and how she looks at you. As your skills improve and you attract better and better quality women, the women who you date today, more than likely 6 months from now, you won't give them the time of day. You deserve the best you can get. You only want to spend your time dating women that have a high level of attraction to you. The higher the level of attraction a woman has for you, the more fun she's going to be when you go out. The lower level of her attraction, the more you're going to have to work at making her feel comfortable, making her laugh, and carrying the conversation. Once a guy starts learning how to gauge a woman's attraction level, he won't have to go on 20 dates to find one woman that is interested in him. He will know right away whether to make more time with a woman or to move on to find someone worthy of spending his time with. Before you can even think about engaging a woman's emotions, you have to get her to trust you. Trust from a woman can be a hard thing to earn, taking a long time, or it can be effortless, and you can start building her trust from the start. It's all in how you approach her. As I mentioned before, using humor and encouraging her laughter is the best way to bring down her barriers and get her to open up to you. From the very start, she won't feel as though she has to keep her guard up against attacks on her emotions. Especially in the first stages of a relationship and dating, it's important to keep things lighthearted, keep it funny, and joke around. Keep your conversations positive and steer it away from negative. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. Keep it simple. Guys meet a woman and they think, okay, I'm going to get all my baggage out on the table. Yeah, I have 3 ex-wives and I'm paying $20,000 a month in alimony. That only leaves me with $1,000 a month for myself. It's really tough. I can't wait until my kids are 18 and I don't have to pay child support anymore. Pretty sure a lot of guys have said that to themselves and dug themselves deep holes in front of women they've talked about that with. So gentlemen, what you have just told us, ladies, that you're negative. You are not necessarily a fun person to be around. You're bitter, and she needs to keep her guard up around you so she doesn't end up as the next focus of your negativity. You are needy and not in your center. How can a woman feel comfortable and relaxed under such an onslaught? This is the kind of crap they show in the movies and TV all the time. Men acting like women attracts women. Women want a guy who acts like more of a man than they do. When a guy starts talking about his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife from the very start, a woman is looking at it from the standpoint of no emotional involvement yet. She listens and learns what it would be like for her to be your next ex. A woman is watching and gauging these things to see if it would be safe for her to lower her defenses and open up to you. You're also giving her the opinion that you are untrustworthy, since you seem to have nothing bad things to say about the women in your past. If you are in a relationship, making a woman feel safe and comfortable is an ongoing process. Here's a common problem uh, that many clients have when they come to meet me. The woman is not putting out. It's always because she no longer feels safe and comfortable in her man being the leader in the relationship. If your wife or girlfriend is uninterested in sex or always has trouble getting wet, when before she was always initiating sex and always dripping wet, anytime you put your hands down her pants, this is the sign of a woman who does not feel safe and comfortable in that relationship. It means that she may be angry with you, have low interest in you. You may have done something to hurt her. A man is responsible for the environment and the direction of the relationship. After all, a man will penetrate his woman physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. If he has stopped courting her, there is financial stress. He argues with her or simply does not know how to break down her barriers when she's upset. She will shut down to him emotionally and physically. She will lose her interest in sex. When a man does not take care of what he needs to take care of in the relationship, such as managing money, keeping his word, understanding and communicating with her effectively, she will doubt his masculine core, pull away, and she will often become bitchy. Sometimes, however, she may piss you off. Here's how to handle situations when women violate your boundaries. Look up Google Corey Wayne when she pisses you off. Your job as a man is to recognize when your woman shuts down to you so you can open her back up to you through communication. Ask her what's wrong. Tell her she seems a little distant and that you want to know what's in her heart. Say things like, tell me more. Don't leave anything out. I want to understand you where you're coming from. What else? You will know when you got to the root cause of the issue and have resolved it to her satisfaction. She'll give a sigh of relief and probably say, ah, I feel so much better. I'm so glad we talked. Until you hear these words, you need to keep digging and getting her to talk about her emotions and her feelings without trying to solve the problem. For women, talking about their problems helps them resolve and work through them. Getting them to talk will also review if it is something you have done to hurt them. I go into a lot of detail on this subject later in my book, but I wanted to mention this here as it relates to women feeling safe and comfortable. With women, you should let her do 70 to 80% of the talking. You want to ask questions and opinions. Women want to know a man who is sincerely interested in who they are. They want to see that you want to know what they are all about. This is Sales Skills 101. People love to talk about themselves. The quickest way to get someone to like you is to ask them questions about themselves or their opinions and be a good listener. I highly recommend Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, this book was written about 100 years ago, but it still applies to today's standards. What Dale learned and taught over 100 years ago still works and applies today. It's timeless wisdom you should invest in. You should be asking her where she grew up and what she likes to do for fun. Here's some good questions to ask that create attraction on dates. So Google Corey Wayne pick up and date questions that build attraction. Find out who she is and what is important to her. You need to keep the conversation light. Stay away from serious subjects. If she presses you to talk about serious subjects, especially in the beginning, always be humorous and fun. You want to make her laugh. You want her to have a good time. Fun equals positive emotions, which equals her associating feeling good and having fun with you. Your sole purpose with a woman is to make her comfortable and make her laugh and to get her level of attraction to go up. Then you want to quickly get her contact information or make a date and leave, which I will explain more about in a later section. The way you get her attraction level to go up is to be humorous, have fun, show up, and show her a good time and keep it positive. Always maintain eye contact. Keep your focus on her. When you are on a date, don't be checking out other women, the waitress or whoever else is around. When you do that, you make her think that you are a pig, just another horny guy that's out to get laid. So your complete attention and your focus should be on her having a good time with you. You need to raise her comfort level and at the same time find out everything there is to know about her. You have to show her that you want to know everything about her. Listen to what she says. You will be tested. She wants to know that you are listening to her. This is an important point with women, whether you first meet her, you are on a date, or you are in a long-term relationship. Women tend to remember every detail. while these same details tend to escape men. It's important to listen to what she is telling you. She wants to know that these things are important to you. So you better at least remember the gist of the conversation, or there's going to be hell to pay. By listening to what she says, you're not only raising her attraction level, but you are also raising her level of trust in you.